Now, this may come as news to some of you, but Ford planned to build a third-generation probe. However, this probe would be different, as it wouldn't be based on the Mazda platform at all. It was to be built on the CDW27 platform, and it would share that with the Ford Contour and Mercury Mystique. This new car was well into production in 1997 when Ford decided to do a change of direction. They decided to drop a lot of the coupes they had in production. No more Ford Thunderbird, no more Ford Probe, no more Mercury Cougar, no more Lincoln Mark 8. So what was Ford to do with this newly developed front-wheel drive, two-door hatchback?
You take that piece of shit back to the junkyard.
Since they weren't going to make coupes anymore, should they just have scrapped this car? Well, no, they decided to give it to Mercury and slap the Cougar nameplate on it. Now my question is, was that a good decision or was it a bad one? Would this car be worthy of the Cougar nameplate? And financially, how would this work out for Ford Motor Company and the Mercury division? Well, we'll try to answer those questions at the end of the video, but first, let's take a look at the 8th generation Mercury Cougar.
Imagine TV. Time to dance. It's not possible.
Introduced at the 1998 Los Angeles Auto Show as a 1999 model, the new Cougar was vastly different than any Cougar that came before it. It was a front-wheel drive, three-door hatchback. The new Cougar was unibody construction and based on the CDW27 platform that was shared with the Contour and Mercury Mystique. The styling in the new Cougar utilized Ford's new edge styling. The front of the Cougar featured opposing arches in the headlight buckets and the upper and lower grille openings. The sides of the Cougar featured a descending beltline that began at the rear deck lid and finished just above the wheel wells at the headlight buckets. The door handles were housed in an arrowhead-shaped bezel. All the glass in the car was flush with the exterior panels, and the car's aerial was centered and mounted just above the front windshield. The rear of the Cougar was rounded and featured a curved triangular tail lamp / backup lamp. The Cougar offered a choice of two power plants. The 125 horsepower 2.0-liter Z-Tech Straight 4 was standard, and the 170 horsepower 2.5-liter Duratec V6 being the optional engine. Two transaxles were available, the MTX-75 5-speed manual or the CD4E 4-speed automatic. The Cougar featured four-wheel independent suspension, with the front being McPherson compact struts and the rear being a Quadrolink coil spring setup. Anti-roll bars were fitted for front and rear. Standard brakes were disc front and drum rear, with four-wheel anti-lock disc brakes being offered as an option. There was only one trim level for the Cougar, however your choice of power plant dictated how your car would be equipped. Mercury withheld many options and equipment groups from the four-cylinder cars. Standard features available in all Cougars included tinted glass, a rear window defroster, body side moldings, air conditioning, rear seat heat ducts, power windows and locks, a trip computer, a tilt steering column, a full-length console, speed control, a 50-50 split fold-down rear seat, intermittent wipers, an AM/FM stereo, and 15-inch cast aluminum wheels. Optional equipment on the four-cylinder cars included a rear spoiler, a power tilt slide moonroof, side airbags, the four-wheel anti-lock brakes, a wide range of audio systems, with the top of the line being an in-dash 6-disc CD changer, and the i4 convenience group, which included tap-up, tap-down speed control, a rear window wiper, keyless entry, and illuminated entry. Additional equipment available for V6 owners was mostly covered in two groups. The V6 convenience group, which included the equipment of the i4 group, plus an AM/FM cassette with premium sound. The V6 Sports Group added a leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift knob, 16-inch cast aluminum wheels, a rear spoiler, premium seat coverings, four-wheel anti-lock disc brakes, the Light Group, an upgraded console, and bright door sills. Other optional V6 equipment included all-speed traction control, polished cast wheels, performance tires, leather seats, a 6-way power driver's seat, and fog lamps. The new Cougar received decent results from the automotive press. Most found it to be aesthetically pleasing, with competent and consistent steering and brakes. Car and Driver's long-term reviewers were mixed, but most of the staff concluded it was a decent car for the money. The American buying public approved of the new Cougar, with Mercury dealers delivering 88,288 Cougars for the 1999 model year. 2000 was almost a complete carryover year for the Cougar. Mercury released a special edition that was available in zinc yellow, and the leather seats featured yellow stitching. There were no other changes of note. Mercury dealers delivered 44,934 Cougars for the 2000 model year, which was half the sales numbers of the year prior. 2001 was a slight refresh year for the Cougar. The Cougar received a new front and rear fascia, fog lamps, headlamps, grille, and rear spoiler. Mercury also rolled out additional special editions, those being the C2, which was available in either French blue, silver frost, or vibrant white, along with special blue interior accents, or the ZN, which was the previous year's special, now with a spoiler and hood scoop. There were no other changes of note. Mercury dealers delivered 25,044 Cougars for the 2001 model year. 2002 was more the same for the Cougar, with no changes to the equipment lineup or powertrain offerings. Mercury rolled out more special editions without special results. The C2 returned, and XR was added, which was available in either black or XR Racing Red, with special black and red seats and interior trim. This also came with 17-inch silver wheels with black accents on the inner spokes. A 35th anniversary edition was introduced. These were available in laser red, French blue, satin silver, and black. Most came with leather interiors with silver center sections on the seats. Mercury added the 17-inch machine wheels from the XR without the black paint on the center spokes. Sales dropped yet again, with Mercury dealers delivering only 18,321 Cougars for the 2002 model year. 2002 would be the last time the world would get a Mercury Cougar. In 2003, Ford once again restructured its lineup, and it dropped this car and several other cars. Now, the Cougar wasn't a bad car. It was decent at a lot of things. The front-wheel drive worked well. It handled decently. The brakes were good in it. The fuel mileage was okay. The hatch was very useful. The thing is, really didn't excel at anything either. And in a world that was being dominated by SUVs, a car had to be a lot better than just average.
You have to do a lot better than that!
So to answer the question from the beginning of the video, yes, I think Ford did okay with slapping the Mercury Cougar nameplate on a car that was intended to be a probe, and they kind of did it at the last minute, but they hit their sales goals. They expected to sell 50,000 of these cars a year. They surpassed that in year one. In year two, they basically met that goal, and then it dropped off considerably. But since this car was built on the Contour Mystique platform, there wasn't a whole lot of money into development. They certainly got that back and a little bit more. For my friends in Europe and in Australia, this car was known as the Ford Cougar. Yep, that's right. There's a commercial I wanted to show you. It starred Dennis Hopper, but it had Born to Be Wild as the soundtrack, and I knew if I threw that out there, it would get trademarked almost instantly. Now, if you enjoyed this video, take a look at this video over here. It's on the Contour Mystique, the car that the Cougar was based on. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so, because I have a lot of content like this on the channel. A sincere thank you for those that are watching. It's appreciated. Hit that like button. That helps other people see these videos. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you.